When you try to drive a nail, you might have experienced this problem. Some nails go straight, some nails don't. They get bent, and you can get frustrated. And this is a common experience. Have you ever wondered why this is happening? And the first mistake is skipping the basics. Skipping the basics and jumping straight into complex ideas without solid understanding of the basics. This is a common sense thing. It's like building a house without foundation, a proper foundation, or not deep enough foundation. As I told you, this is a common sense thing. When you are driving a nail, you will hold it first, slowly. You see that, and then powerful hammering comes later on. You don't try to drive it straight away. You need to spend some time at the beginning. And if you think about big, huge towers like Petronas Tower, depth of foundation is 400 feet. And another tower. Here you have Shanghai Tower, depth of foundation, but people say this is going all the way up to the bedrock. And Taipei 101, another big skyscraper. And I was fortunate enough to go there. It's an amazing building, and its depth of foundation is 66 feet, something like 5-story building deep. And let's jump into natural phenomena like trees. If you look into depth of trees, you can see huge trees will have the root system going longer or bigger, wider than canopy. This is again common sense. If you are thinking about driving a car, you will be putting it into the first gear, and then when it gets going, you change the gear speed, higher gears, and then get the acceleration and move faster. You do not try to go faster straight away like that. That is what I am saying. You have to get the basics right. You have to spend enough time to understand the basics. If you do not understand the basics, what is happening is rote learning. You will be forced to memorize facts instead of understanding the concept. This won't help anybody when you have to attend the examination, when the questions are coming from different angles. Every moment in our existence, I don't know how many petabyte or hexabyte of data, information is coming to our brain, and the brain receives some ideas like this. First process is attention. We selectively take some information, process it in somewhere called working memory. From there, we process it to learning, transfer it into long-term memory. From there, we should be able to remember. And this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 process in learning. And working memory is a fast memory, and you can forget it as fast as you gained it. This is the common observation. So this is where, when you sum up everything on the eve or resort to rote learning, you get confused. Oh my God, what is what? And again, the same reason. Working memory is fast memory. You think you will be able to master it, but in fact, it's a fast memory, and it will be lost as fast as you gained it. Forgetfulness in working memory. Working memory is a limited size memory. Working memory cannot hold all the information you would love to. And it is just a temporary stop. It is not where the learning happens. You have to pass it into long-term memory. If you are not passing something into long-term memory, that is not going to help you very much. Another big mistake is ignoring past papers. Not practicing with past papers is a missed opportunity to understand the exam format and question styles. Different subjects, different levels have got different assessment objectives. You need to understand the assessment objectives for each paper. If you take, for example, chemistry, you can see, for example, in chemistry GCSE, you have 3 assessment objectives. Assessment objective 1, AO1, demonstrate knowledge and understanding of. AO2, apply knowledge and understanding of. AO3, analyze information and ideas to interpret and evaluate. You can see the demand is increasing slowly but steadily. And if you look into English, you have 9 assessment objectives for English language paper. If you look into mathematics, again, three levels of assessment objectives, three assessment objectives, AO1, AO2, AO3. Here is another one, GCSE Geography, four assessment objectives. So it is a good idea to learn the rules of the game so you can excel in the game. It is absolutely imperative you understand it. Study overload. This is another mistake everyone makes, study overload. We mentioned about working memory previously, and what happens is you are able to cram up everything and you feel that, yeah, I remember, because you are feeding it into that fast memory called working memory. And it so happens just after the examination or even during the examination, you can get confused about this. Again, the same thing. You are processing so much data and then holding everything into that small working memory, which is short term, very fast. This is the danger. You think you have learned it just because you remember the stuff. Remembering is not learning. From the environment, we get the information. We process it in the working memory and juggle it, and we need to pass it on to long-term memory to call it learning. And from there, you need to make it permanent. They say practice makes it perfect. Actually, the practice makes it permanent. You need to repeat, and then someday, there you go, you know this for your name. Study overload. When you cram up everything in the last night, again, you are overusing or abusing your working memory. What happens is you think that it is productive, but it can lead to burnout and information overload. And many students complain on that day of examination, suddenly something not clicking. And what is this? What is that? And you are missing the connections. That is a danger of study overload. You should be able to process it slowly but steadily and pass it on to your long-term memory to bring it back whenever you need. That is what you call learning. Lone wolf approach. Some students decide to do it alone. This can be a grueling experience. They think or they feel that they are doing better. This good lone wolf approach can happen because of overconfidence or lack of confidence to discuss what they know, what they don't know with the peers. And as a result, you do not get a comparison or benchmarking with your peers, or you miss the teacher guidance or knowledgeable other. If I can borrow the term used by Vygotsky, the great Lev Vygotsky, he used the word knowledgeable other. If you miss the knowledgeable other input when you need, that's a lonely experience. If you get the support and attention from a knowledgeable other in the right time, that is going to make a huge difference to how you excel, achieve in your life. Again, you will be missing the group dynamics. You can see us in the video clip here. And even if you are missing at the beginning, some may be happy to jump on at the beginning, and then you may be catching up later, but still you can catch up the wave. This is why group dynamics is absolutely important. 5 common mistakes. Here is the summary of 5 common mistakes. Skipping the basics, rote learning, ignoring past papers, study overload, lone wolf approach. Solution is right here. We have created and perfected this learning method called elemental mastery method. This is actually not reinventing the wheel. Over the ages, those who were good in learning has been doing this. I have done this in myself. First step in elemental mastery is conceptual clarity. You need to get absolute clarity on the concept before you start problem solving. If you remember that nailing video, you need to slowly get a small depth before you can hammer it deep. So you might have to dig deeper for conceptual clarity before attempting for problem solving. This is what we call strategic problem solving. And you need personalized application. What I mean by personal application is each learner is unique in their way of learning. We have some auditory learners who learn through hearing. We have some learners who learn kinesthetically by doing something. And we have visual learners who watch and learn. We have every type of mix of these learners. Okay. I myself is a visual and auditory learner who need to read and write, and you can relate it to your own case. Okay, so what we want to say is identify common mistakes students make to help them excel in exams. And so as parents and adults, this is the best help we can do to a child, a student. We are trying to build a tower. We are trying to build a mansion. We are trying to help a tree to grow big. There may be some minor mistake, glitches in their way. They may not know it in that age and time because of their lack of experience. We could tell them, look, if you do a little bit there, you can improve. This is why we need to know what is the mistakes they are doing. That is the purpose of me making this video, identify common mistakes, and empower yourselves and support your child in excelling in exams. Let's connect and transform. We have a Facebook group called Parenting Success, stress-free study for SATs and GCSE exams. Feel free to join. This is free, and you can invite your friends and relatives or whomever you like to have. And we will be live streaming videos regarding education. We will be doing everything education in this Facebook group. Thank you very much.